Good morning and welcome back to Newswatch 3, Asbury's very own weekly news show.
We are so excited to bring you your weekly news every Tuesday. I'm Rachel Law.
I'm Addie Smith, and this week we will take a look at a community member with an open door policy, and we'll give you a look at the student-produced worship album.
Not only that, but we will also give you your local and national sports updates.
Wilmore is a town full of selfless servants and active community members. There is always someone going out of their way to make their town a better place.
Reporter Chloe Stivers gives us a look at what a resident of Wilmore is doing to help people in need. Let's take a look.
Exactly, oh. The whole time.
Oh my, do not use.
Hi, my name is Nina Newman, and I've lived in Wilmore for a long time. I taught in Jessamine County schools for 34 years. I used to laugh and say I just taught school to support my habit because I was addicted to youth ministry. So about every day of the week we were involved with kids. And I loved it. It was fun. And they were at my house all the time.
She had us over for breakfast and a Bible study a couple times, and for hot chocolate when it snowed. She's like the reason why I'm not afraid of like being a single woman if I grow up, because she just does exactly what the Lord wants her to and what the Lord calls her to all the time.
I never thought I'd be divorced. It wasn't fun. It wasn't easy. And I don't remember when I read this Bible verse. I have no idea. But the verse came to me, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten.
Yeah, she's like the queen of Wilmore. Everyone knows her. Everyone loves her.
I like people. You know, I like being involved with people and doing things with people, you know. So I'm grateful that I have a lot of people in my life. Whoever the Lord brings and however I feel like I'm supposed to be in their life. So that's the ministry. But it's been a wonderful home, and I feel like it was given to me. I feel like the Lord gave it to me to use. It's open door here. So I've loved it. It's been fun.
Nina is just one of the many welcoming residents of Wilmore's community.
Many community members have embraced the university and the students, cultivating a close-knit bond with Asbury and Wilmore. The Asbury Worship Arts team cycles in new members every year to record and produce a student-led worship album. The team decides on a theme for the album and came upon the idea of being homebound for the 2023 album. Producer Ashley Shoemaker said that we are all in pursuit of home, which gave her the idea for this year's theme. Each band member shared their own individual thoughts on what the word home means to them, and collectively came to the decision that they share a common home, heaven. The album consists of 9 original songs and 2 covers, all led by Asbury students. The album will hopefully be available on streaming platforms in the coming months for all to listen.
Spring break is closer than you think. Newswatch reporter Spencer Harvey is live in Kresge with all the spring closing updates. Spencer?
Thanks, Eddie. I'm currently in the Kresge Residence Hall. Right now, students are flowing in and out during their dead hour, but in just a week, they will be close to vacant. The much anticipated spring break will be shutting down campus, with residence halls closing Saturday at 10 a.m. Only those approved, like international students and student athletes, can stay after that with the approval from the resident directors. The dorms will remain closed until March 19th at 1 p.m. This is just one of the many closures on campus. All buildings will be locked over break, and the cafeteria will only be open through the afternoon on Friday. The bistro is closing a bit earlier, stopping their meal services at 2 p.m. on Thursday. The emptiness on campus is only temporary, though, with everything back to normal for classes on Monday. Reporting in Wilmore, I'm Spencer Harvey. Back to you, Addie.
Thanks, Spencer. For more information about the checkout process, resident directors have sent out emails with instructions. Safe travels to all going home or on vacation for this break.
There is always so much going on in the wide world of sports. To fill us in this week is sports reporter Asa Callow. What's going on, Asa?
Thanks, Rachel. This weekend, the women's basketball team traveled to Pippa Passes, Kentucky to play in the NCCAA Midwest Regional Championship. On Friday night, the Lady Eagles played Kentucky Christian and defeated the Knights 86-68. The The following day, the Eagles turned around and defeated Alice Lloyd 75-71 to win the Midwest Regional Championship and clinch a seat in the national tournament. The baseball team played the reigning NCCAA champions last night and lost 4-15. However, the Eagles will get 2 more chances to play Concordia, and they will be today at 12 and 4:30. The men's and women's track and field teams traveled to Barry University on Friday, and while in Georgia, they broke multiple school records. Freshman Davis Brown broke the school record in the men's 1500 meter with a time of 4 minutes and 6.8 seconds. This record was previously held by Tim Bartholomew, who ran a 4 minute and 9.2 second 1500 in 1981. Another freshman, Mary Hostetter, also broke school records in the 100 and 200. She also had the fastest 4x400 relay in the meet. These teams' next meet will be at Jessamine High School on Wednesday, March 8th at 4:30. Last Thursday, the Asbury golf teams traveled to Union Grove, Alabama to play in their first tournament of the spring season. The men's team placed second overall, with 3 of them placing in the top 5. Leading the men was freshman Joao Costa. After 2 impressive rounds of shooting 2 over par both days, Costa was tied with Spalding's Nolan Keeler. For the title of top men's individual, the two faced in a playoff hole. They played Cherokee Ridge's 18th hole 3 times to break the tie. Each time Costa was on or near the green with his second shot, he made a standard 2-putt par on all 3 tries. On the other hand, Keeler was just off the green, chipping for up and downs to save par. On the 3rd attempt, Keeler missed his 5-foot par, making Costa the victor of his first ever college tournament.
It's really difficult not to be nervous. Every shot feels like it's the last one, and everything can go wrong and everything can go good at the same time. But I was playing good, so I just had to believe in my technique, and I think everything worked out.
Costa and the golf team will be back in action at the Alice Lloyd Invitational starting on March 25th. The South Carolina Gamecocks defeated the Tennessee Volunteers on Sunday 74-58 to claim their 7th SEC title in the last 8 years. The #1 team in the nation remained undefeated and finished the season with a perfect record and a total of 32 wins. And the men's SEC basketball tournament will begin on March 8th when South Carolina takes on Ole Miss in Nashville at 7. Well, that is all the sports that I have for you this week. Addie?
Turning over to national news, Ohio is dealing with the resulting issues from yet another train derailment, this time in Springfield. The National Transportation Safety Board is sending investigators to determine more about the crash. The EPA and Ohio officials say there were very small amounts of hazardous materials in the derailed cars. But the crash is once again raising concerns about the safety of Norfolk Southern trains. This was their 2nd train to go off the tracks in just over a month. CNN's Jason Carroll has more on the story.
Gates came down, and all of a sudden right after that it just started crashing.
Caught on cell phone video, another Norfolk Southern freight train comes off the tracks, this time in Springfield, Ohio.
When I looked up, all kinds of debris was shooting out underneath the train, so I started recording, and you could see the train like get off into gravel, and then it started collapsing and banging up.
There were 212 cars on the 2.5-mile-long train. 28 derailed. No one was hurt. 4 derailed tankers did contain residual amounts of chemicals, though county officials say nothing spilled on the ground.
There are no hazardous materials that have contacted the soil, been exposed to the air, or contacted any of the water sources.
Today, the National Transportation Safety Board visited the crash site as part of its investigation into this latest derailment.
We will look at management practices and policies. We'll really dig in. So the what of an accident investigation is usually immediately available. It's how we got here. That's what takes time.
This is the 4th train derailment in Ohio since November, and the 2nd by Norfolk Southern in the state in just over a month. More than 3 hours away in East Palestine, Ohio, the cleanup continues as contaminated water and soil are being removed, though heavy rains have caused some delays. There, a faulty wheel bearing overheated, causing a fire that was caught on camera miles before the train derailed. The subsequent toxic spill forced many from their homes and is still causing health concerns.
The railroads continue to enrich their executives at the expense of public safety and public health, and lay off workers and compromise on safety. So the fact Ohio's now had 4 derailments, as of yesterday, 4 derailments in the last 5 months. East Palestine was the most serious, but we still have questions about these other derailments too.
Norfolk Southern says safety is of the utmost importance and today announced a 6-point plan that includes installing more temperature sensors, the first near East Palestine. This as the investigation continues into what caused the derailment here in Springfield.
One of the issues from the crash is that it happened just 1,000 feet from homes, prompting many people to call 911. Many residents were concerned they were seeing a repeat of last month's derailment in their home state. Officials from Norfolk Southern continue to emphasize that no hazardous materials were involved in Springfield's Saturday's derailment.
Prosecutors have reached a new milestone regarding the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. The Justice Department has released new numbers detailing the arrests, charges, convictions, and property damage that resulted from the surge on the Capitol. DOJ says authorities have arrested about 1,000 people from nearly all 50 states and the District of Columbia. About 1/3 of these arrested were charged with assaulting or resisting police. More than 500 people charged have pleaded guilty to a host of federal crimes. And DOJ says the property damage caused from the attack is nearly $3 million. The government is still investigating what happened and searching for people involved in attacks against police and at least one member of the media.
Online shopping giant Amazon continues its cost-cutting efforts with their latest store developments. The company is permanently closing 6 of its Go convenience stores. After being introduced in 2016, the stores were designed to offer benefits for both customers and the company. Customers could shop without having to check out or scan an item. And for Amazon, it didn't need to hire a staff. But come April 1st, the company will close its 2 stores in New York City and 4 in San Francisco. And the 2 downtown Seattle stores that were temporarily closed will remain that way. The closures come just days after Amazon announced it is pausing construction on its second headquarters in Northern Virginia. There has been a recent decline in customer demand, causing the company to cut its costs in 2023. In January, the company confirmed plans to cut 18,000 jobs from its global workforce.
A zoo in Kansas recently welcomed a new addition, an endangered Indian rhino. The calf's gender was announced last week, with mom taking part in the gender reveal party. Eli Higgins reports.
Last month, we introduced you to Marjan, an endangered Indian rhino calf, and the first ever natural rhino birth with a mom born from artificial insemination. But as big of a deal as its birth was, Tanganyika director Matt Fouts says Friday was another big day for Mama Monica, Marjan's gender reveal party.
Monica's going to do the reveal for us. We've got a box in her enclosure, and so the hope is she's going to come up to the box and start shaking it, and then we'll get the reveal of whether it's a boy or a girl.
After stopping for a quick snack, Monica slowly walks up to the curious box her caretakers put in the middle of her pen. And of course, little Marjan has to see what's going on. After just a little bit of struggle, Mom pulls out that big piece of blue paper. Probably not supposed to eat the paper. The proud mom looks straight at the small crowd while standing next to Marjan, almost as if she knows exactly what's going on. But not for long. It's time for seconds. While Marjan continues to nurse and explore his little indoor home, it won't be long before he learns there's a whole world outside waiting for him. And Fouts says when that happens, you won't want to miss it.
Come out and see him a ton this summer because he is incredibly cute, so get your season pass.
Now that is one adorable rhino.
I can't believe baby Marjan is just one of only 4,000 left.
While the zoo is keeping him closely monitored during his first few months, he will make his public appearance later this year.
Until then, the public will be able to see the other animals at the Kansas City Zoo after they open this weekend.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in
and trusting us to give you your weekly news.
We'll see you next Tuesday, Asbury.